Yeah, this is the guy right now, Hit Boy. I mean, this guy's discography for the last what, 10 years?
Man, Lil, I mean, I got my first placement in '07, so I've been getting beats off for 13 years now.
Most recently, Nas King's Disease, Big Sean Detroit 2. You were co-executive producer on, executive producer on. You did the whole bodies of work, and the work is phenomenal. So I just want to say thank you as a fan of hip hop and as someone who just loves to see great work get done for hip hop and for hip hop music. It just makes me feel as an old head that hip hop is in great hands, man.
Boy, man, that's respect for sure, man. I know I had a big responsibility with both of them. You know, they two different eras, but it's at the end of the day, I just look at it as music. So let's just make something that everybody can enjoy, and I feel like we really captured that, man. So I feel good about both of the projects.
You posted on your Instagram the other day saying that, you hadn't really talked to Kanye since he told you that basically since you produced on Beyonce, he wasn't fucking with you no more.
Right.
And you just kind of just took that and kept it pushing, and went on about your business. Um, was there something else? Like was he saying because you had gotten so popular now that he was that what he was trying to say, or you didn't even take
Honestly,
time to try to
I
unpack it?
can't call it. A lot of people dissect it in different ways that I've had conversations with, but it's really just a question for him. I don't know what the real issue is, but I mean, that's just honestly just the surface, man. We didn't have so many back and forths and all that, but at the end of the day, I respect him so highly on the music side that yeah, on the music side so heavy that I've always had a certain respect for him, but you know, I don't know. I guess two creatives, both
Right.
Gemini's. Like I don't know. It's just always something. But it was always something between us. But I feel like we made a lot of great music in a short span.
Did you learn anything beyond just making the beats, being around Kanye as now? Did that help you where you are right now as producing total bodies of work?
For sure. That was one of the first times when because I always would just make beats, go to sessions, get my beats off. When I got with him, he was like giving me, parts from other songs that he had started with other people, like, yo, fix this up. And I wasn't used to that. So I had to really get up to speed on that was real producing, you know what I'm saying? Like really taking pieces from other songs, might take a melody from this producer, one drum from another producer, and want you to get into there. So I feel like that really opened my mind to, what I'm saying, just on the creative side, you know what I'm saying. So it just like going from just making my own beats and then having to tie in other people's. I don't know. It just opened my mind on a different level.
What was the hardest record, like when you look back on your discography, and by hard I mean difficult,
Um,
but it turned out to be a super smash from your
right.
discography. What are some of the most difficult records? Like when you hear it come on, you be like, "Yo, that was a nightmare getting that
Man,
across the line."
I'm gonna go with the recent joints, man. Both of the intros on King Disease and Detroit too. Like I had to do multiple versions. One because the original sample got denied for the King's Disease, so I had to recreate it. So a lot of people think that's a sample. That's not even a sample. There's no samples in the intro on King's Disease. People think I chopped up some oldies record, but I really just went in, and I got some vocalists to just make it sound classic, put some EQs on it, just really dove into that bag. I was thinking like, what would a Motown producer do? You know what I'm saying? Like when I was
Right.
producing the intro on King's Disease. So and then Detroit too, I might have did four different beats, just cause Sean is that type of guy. We might catch a crazy vibe in the studio. Everybody going crazy, like, oh, this is it. And he'll wake up the next morning like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's it. So I would try to get back to the studio by the afternoon. By the time he come 5 or 6 o'clock, I have a whole new version. And we just dove into it. We really did like maybe 4 or 5 versions.
Did you reach out to Nas to make? How did the Nas Hit Boy thing happen? And when and talk to me about how the decision to be like, yo, do the whole album became a thing.
Man, it was all organic. Like one of my homeboys was doing some business with Nas. I was just watching I saw an Instagram story my homie posted with him. I'm like, man, you better bring him through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going in right now. So he brought him through like literally the next day. Nas was with it because we had already met. We had already linked years ago, but just never re-linked. And He came through the next day just to hear beats. It wasn't even nothing big like, and everything I was playing down there. He was just responding to. We recorded the first day, came back. He like, man, I'm about to just keep pulling up. By the third session, he was like, nah, bro, this feel like something different. Like we gotta make this a whole thing. By literally probably like the third session, so it was just natural. And this was like February, so I was already deep into working on Detroit too. That was supposed to come out in March, but the COVID and all that stuff happened, so it got pushed back. We got more time to lock in, but I was just already so heavy in my producer bag because of the Sean stuff, and I had to keep my mind sharp. So the Nas stuff, it was super organic. We was just rocking in every joint, man, and just putting them together, and all the features kept coming together organic, and everybody was just with it. So I just got blessed, and I guess it's just that timing.
Now, I was super excited to see you collaborating with Benny the Butcher, who, that whole Griselda wave, for
Hmm.
the hardcore rap scene on the East Coast is just celebration. And watching
Yep.
them grow from the streets and build their own franchise independent has been
Yeah.
phenomenal too.
Conway knew
ha-
I'm crazy,
Yo, Conway's new album is crazy.
nuts
How
for
many
sure.
joints you got on there?
I just did one, the second joint with Dage, Fear of God.
Yeah, that's Fear of
Hmm.
God is crazy. How many you doing on this Benny the Butcher?
I did the whole album. I got like a couple co-producers, just homies I be cooking beats with that we chopped up some stuff. I did every beat on the album.
So we're supposed to get that in October. Is that gonna land right? Or once you
Yeah, it's
done with
going.
it, you
It's
kind of leave it
man.
up to the system?
We getting there, man. We for sure. Like I'm finishing the last of the mixes. Like we was able to bring Guru in. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously he
Ooh.
did Reasonable Doubt. So it's different levels, man. We just trying to make sure it's all the way there.